Good morning. Welcome to the 8th grade informative speech presentations. I invite you to join me in prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Dear Lord, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as a community. We ask you to continue to be the light that guides us. May your closeness continue to be our hope. May we join our Father Francis in spreading a contagion of hope from heart to heart. Fill our hearts with your love, energy, and resilience so that we may give witness to the mystery of your resurrected life among us and within us. Christ our King, thy kingdom come. Our Lady of Guadalupe, pray for us. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. In a world where people are bombarded with messages through television, social media, and the internet, you may ask yourself, do people still give speeches? Well, the answer is yes. If we type the words public speaking into Amazon.com, we will find more than 5,000 results of books and materials to develop this skill. There is so much information about this ability because it continues to be relevant to this day and age. This is why our school promotes public speaking in classrooms and formal activities such as this one. It's my pleasure to introduce our first speaker, Eduardo Aguilar Sánchez.
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon by Elon Musk. Good morning, parents, teachers, and classmates. Today I'm going to present my public speaking that it's about artificial intelligence. I am going to explain what is artificial intelligence, or in other words, non-human intelligence. It is a scientific field of informatics in which that focus on the creation of programs and mechanisms. With this in mind, now we can continue. Second, I will give my point of view. I think it's important to use our own intelligence in some things. From my perspective, artificial intelligence can help us a lot, but we need to know when to stop, because if we continue, the whole life will be about artificial intelligence, and that's not the way. And that's not the correct way. In my opinion, artificial intelligence is very important to develop new things, such as robots, artificial virtual assistants, and a lot of things. I think everyone knows Alexa, which is a virtual assistant like Siri, Cortana, and Sophia. Alexa was developed by Amazon. It was released in 2014. People think that artificial intelligence is only in the future. But it is part of our present. With this in mind, we already know what is non-human intelligence, or in other words, artificial intelligence. We can use artificial intelligence in a lot of things, such as prostheses for the hands, prostheses for the legs, autonomous robots, also natural language processing. Google is the best search engine, and it also has artificial intelligence. It has algorithms that shows you the most important and most recommended pages. This information was checked by Skill.org. Stephen Hawking once said, "The development of artificial intelligence could spell the human race." That is to say that human beings are overusing artificial intelligence. So think about it, and thank you for your attention, and have a nice day.
Let us welcome Axel Gael Benavides Trejo with the topic my intelligence, my skills, my present, and my future life depend on me.
Good morning, parents, teachers, and classmates. I am Axel Galvin Estrejo, and today I'm going to talk about my present, my intelligence, my skill, and my future life depends on. I chose this topic because it's so interesting to me. My intelligence, my skill, my present, and my future life depends on me because I am the responsible of all those things. I am the one who decide what I'm going to make in my present, and if I do, I use good my intelligence and my skills. First, I want to talk about my intelligence. I am the responsible of my intelligence because I am the one who decide if I use it in whatever thing in work, in exam, when you are talking to somebody, etc. If you use very good intelligence, that's so good because intelligence is the fundamental part to be a very good student and whatever those things. My present, your present, your skills is so interesting because if you do your skills very well, like play football, and you do your best, you're going to be a very good in whatever thing that you're going to do your best. Because if you do your best and you use a very good your skills, you're going to be a very good in that thing. Your present or my present is your totally because the things that you're going to do today is the things that it's important in your future. You know, like if you do a very good job, your work, etc., and you do so, you are a work person, you're going to be someone in the future. You will have money, a work, etc. But in the other hand, if you don't do nothing, you are a lazy person. You don't use very well your intelligence and your abilities. Sorry, but you're going to be a lazy person, and everybody won't love you because you are not nothing in this life. Now I'm going to say a quote that I chose because for me it's so interesting and true. Don't look for your past and your future. Look for your present. For me, this is the best one that I chose because it's so true. You need to look for your present, then of your past because your present is your total. You don't need to be an intelligent person in your present to be someone in the future. Your past is not important. The things that you're going to do now is the things that are going to be important in the future. Another quote that I chose is like the intelligent persons are full of dudes and the lazy and dumb person are comfortable with the things that she knows. I chose this one because it's interesting but it's so difficult to explain. This is true because the intelligent persons are full of dudes and he want to explain these dudes. He learn and he resolve his dudes. And the dumb persons don't have here a person that are comfortable, and the intelligent persons are the people that have full of dudes. In my conclusion is that your present, your skills, your intelligence, and your future lives depends all on you because you are the one that realize that things, and if you do a good job, you're going to be someone in the future. That is my public speaking. Thank you so much for your attention. Have a nice day.
Up next, Miguel Baruch Caballero will present a very interesting topic.
Hello, good morning. My name is Miguel Baruch Caballero Tello, and today I'm going to present to you my research of non-human intelligence and its advantages and disadvantages. First, I believe that there will be more disadvantages than advantages because in the future, the non-human intelligence can harm us more than help us. Well, artificial life is the field of investigation to analyze the artificial and non-artificial systems that they have characteristics similar to the living organisms. Then, The disadvantages for me are these ones. The unemployment for me, this is a case that it will be that changes all the world, because when the machines come out with the non-human intelligence, there will be more machines than the people to work. So for me, that is a case of a specific that it will be preoccupate for me. Then, the artificial life, some people can use to have like a weapon, they can, in the countries that they can use like a weapon to attack other persons, and that. For me, that is a reason that I don't want non-human intelligence in all the parts of the world. Well, for these reasons, that are my disadvantages of non-human intelligence. Now, the advantages that I have are these ones. Well, first, I think that non-human intelligence will help us to the old persons to make the things more perfect than the persons current do. Then, for me, I think that the non-human intelligence will help us to create more advanced technology to have better things in the future, like in this case, like cars that are flying, I don't know, like more security in some markets and more things. Then, other thing that I think that non-human intelligence can help us is that to find cures for all the diseases that are in the world, like COVID-19, influenza, and also cancer, because they find a cure, but it's not permanent. Well, thank you for your attention, and please stay in your house.
Our next speaker is Cesar Gabriel Cárdenas Almaguer.
Hello, good morning. My name is Cesar Gabriel Cárdenas Almaguer, and I want to talk to you about advantage and disadvantage of non-human intelligence. Note there is a lot of technology, and one of those is artificial intelligence. And every time is perfected more and more. And there are very simple ones like Alexa, Siri, and Google. But there are also more stuffy things like robots, computers, and maybe complete systems. There are many advantages of this, but also many disadvantages that I want to talk about. And what I am going to tell you is from my point of view and some research. I'm going to start with the basic. Technology don't help in those things that we don't know. It teaches us, but at the same time they make us weaker when asking something to Siri or Alexa. Make us not go to search and read ourselves. And I don't say it's a bad thing. It's helped a lot, but it had that disadvantage. I also took into account to research to have more certain answers, and I found this. Some advantage. Can detect fraud in car-based system and possibly other systems in the future. Organized and manage records. Interact with humans for entertainment or tasks or avatars or robots. An example of this is an ad for playing many video games. Robotic pets can interact with humans, can help with depression and inactivity. Disadvantage. Can cost a lot of money to build, rebuild, and repair. Robotic repair can occur to reduce time and human needing to fix, but that costs more money and resources. It's questionable. It is ethical and morally correct to have androids, human-like robots, or recreate intelligence, or give a nature that shall be recreated. This is a discussion about all that's popular in the days. Um, Storage in expensive broad access and rival many not lead to connection in memory as well as human could. They can learn and get better with tests if coded to weight is questionable as to if this can ever become as good or as human can do such. They cannot work outside of they were programmed for. This is some advantage and disadvantage I found, and in my opinion, and I hope you like it. Have a nice day.
With a very interesting topic, I now present Santiago Andrés Chávez Villarreal.
Artificial intelligence, the good and the not so good. Artificial intelligence is a thinking process performed by a machine that simulates human intelligence. For this reason, modern computers are capable of perceiving their environment and proceed to take actions that maximize their chances of success and efficiency in certain goals or tasks. The implementation of artificial intelligence into technology allows machines to mimic the analytical thinking process performed by humans, such as perceiving, reasoning, learning, problem solving, and critical thinking. In other words, according to Britannica, artificial intelligence is the ability of a digital computer or computer-controlled robot to perform tasks commonly associated with intelligent beings, which led us to believe that any machine with AL could be capable of performing any function perfectly limited to humans. However, we must see to what extent is the significant technological breakdown positive to us, humans. On the positive sides, machines with artificial intelligence can do things that humans can't do, or at least not as fast as a computer. Machines with artificial intelligence are capable to record videos and immediately transform them to be in slow-mo or fast motion, detect or predict temperatures, and solve difficult math problems with seconds. Even though this process may take more time than what would take human, but machines to adapt they do perfectly.
And now Roman de la Garza Espinosa will talk to us about if I want to succeed in life, what do I have to do?
Good morning. Thanks for the introduction. So, if I have to succeed in life, first of all, I need to know where I'm going. So, for this intention, I'm going to define what success means for me. Success for me involves many things. I'll go point by point, and one of them is money. Yeah, having lots of it, enough to travel around the world, have an expensive car maybe. And you might be thinking that every single kid thinks big, and you're right. But it was Billie Eilish who once said that it is rare for anybody to value the thoughts of a teenager. So if she got when she got there, last thing I'll care about is anybody's opinions. Second point is I need to know myself, and this is said by Sun Tzu in his book, The Art of War. He says that if you know yourself and you know the enemy, you shall not fear defeat. So, what is knowing myself? It involves two things. First, how to control myself. And it just happens that I was watching the first Star Wars movies while writing my speech, and I remembered many things that Yoda said, such as fear leads to hate, hate leads to anger. No, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. And the second part of knowing myself involves trusting myself. And Yoda has also got a quote for this. when he pulls Luke's ship out of the water, Luke just says, "I can't believe it." And Yoda replies, "That is why you fail." In other words, I should trust myself when doing something. Another point is that even if we don't like it, the world isn't beautiful and good, fully filled with good people that are going to help you to reach your goals. Actually, it's filled with mostly the opposite. People that are going to drag you and put you in situations to put an obstacle in your road to success. So you need to know how to break out and how to never give up. And I've also got a quote from a fictional character for this, completely different from Yoda though. This quote was made by Harvey Specter. He's from a TV show named Suits, and he says that when someone puts a gun to your head, you don't give them what they want. You either pull out a bigger gun, you take the gun from their hands, or you call their bluff, or you do any of the 146 other options. You know, this metaphor is kind of violent, but you could interpret it as never giving up, and when everything looks like it's going down, you keep going, you keep fighting to your last breath. At least that's the meaning I give to it. And last but not least, I'll die someday. And one of the most important, if not the most important part of success is leaving a legacy. A legacy could be many things. Even the simplest action can change a life. You know, yesterday my brother told me that when you meet a person, your objective with him should be leaving him better than you knew him. And that just clicked in my mind. And I think that's what success means in an overall sense. And thanks for your attention. That's it.
And now we welcome Eugenio Elizondo Aranda.
The coming era of artificial intelligence will not be the era of war, but the era of love, deep compassion, and non-violence. Amit Gray. I agree with this person because I think it's going to be a time of love, deep compassion, and non-violence. However, what if it's not true? What if artificial intelligence comes to make the world a bad place? Good morning, my name is Eugenio Elizondo Aranda, and today I'm going to talk to you about advantages and disadvantages of non-human intelligences. First, what is non-human intelligence? The capacity of a robot, speaker, or computer to do human activities. Like for example, instead of meteorologists predicting the weather, artificial intelligences can do it. Some examples of artificial intelligences can be Alexa, Google, Siri, or like movies Jarvis and Friday. Artificial intelligences help human beings, but sometimes it makes us lazier and do less productive activities, like cooking or mopping. But why? Why do they make us do less productive activities? Well, because if they have a mechanism or a human body like us, they can do those activities instead of us. In my opinion, artificial intelligence is good, but it is bad also. It is good because it can help us, I don't know, in making the list for the supermarket, because sometimes people forget what they wanted to buy. Or it can help us save a date for an appointment that we have, or a dinner that we have, or anything. But it is bad because it's going to have a very large problem of unemployment, and it is going to make people lazy. I want to believe that the purpose of artificial intelligence is for a good purpose, not for a bad one. Now, advantages of non-human intelligence. It reduces human error. What do I mean by this? That it reduces human error, basically. So some artificial intelligences are made for office objects. So they check documents or writing things, and they also work. So they change mispunctuation errors or misspelled errors. Now another advantage is that they are 24/7. What do I mean by this? That they do not sleep. They just have a turn off, turn on button. Or we humans need to rest. Basically sleep. Another advantage is that they make faster decisions. So if they make faster decisions, we humans take minimum 1 minute, maximum days, hours. But artificial intelligences take maximum 1 minute. Now, disadvantages of non-human intelligences. They cost a lot of money. So if they cost a lot of money, they cost a lot of money to produce and also to buy. So yeah, they cost a lot of money. Another disadvantage is, like I have said, that it makes people lazy. Yeah, this is going to be a very huge problem for the society of human beings. But it is not going to be a large problem for sick people or injured people because they can do much things if they are injured. Another key and very important disadvantage is that it is going to have a very large problem of unemployment. I think that artificial intelligence is going to take more jobs in 3 months than the pandemic of COVID-19 has taken. It is going to be a large problem. Another advantage is that they don't have emotions. I really don't know that this is true, but like, I have seen videos and yeah, they're telling that they don't have emotions. So, but I think that while they're passing time with you, they're going to learn to have emotions. I would like to give my final opinion about non-human intelligences. Non-human intelligences are going to make a change in our society, and we should be prepared. Today, I'm going to do something just for fun. I'm going to find something to do for me, and I won't worry about what I should be doing. I want to feel good and enjoy life to the fullest. Melody Piri. So yeah, let's enjoy life instead of being worried about artificial intelligences. Thank you for your attention.
Let us welcome Oscar Elizondo Tafich.
Classmates, my name is Oscar Elizondo Tafich, and today I'm going to talk about advantages and disadvantages of non-human intelligence. With this in mind, I'm going to start my speech. The best way to predict the future is to invent it. Alan Kay. Did you know, according to Versus, that Google Home, that 23% of the population have a Google Home? For the purpose of this speech, I'm going to talk about Google Home, its advantages and disadvantages. Advantages. The first advantage is that it has the ability to answer questions. In this case, you can tell, "Hey Google, what time is it?" And Google will answer. Or, "Hey Google, what restaurant is open nearby?" In other words, this is useful because instead of you search it and on your phone and indeed demorate a little, you can get your answer in seconds. The second advantage is that you can play music. You can play music from Spotify, Google Music, Google Play Music, YouTube Music, and Apple Music. Which this means that you can just say, "Hey Google, play whatever song you want," or "Hey Google," and another command in this same case of music is, "Hey Google, put music in shuffle," or "Hey Google, play my playlist of rap." The third advantage is its aesthetic design. It looks minimalistic, modern, with a cool aesthetic, and comes in a lot of different colors. This makes it look like a piece of furniture, so this makes it fit anywhere you put it, and it makes it look nice. Disadvantages. The first disadvantage is that it doesn't hear as well as Amazon Echo. To put your own contents, Amazon Echo is the competition of Google Home. So now that you know that, let's get to the point. Google Home can't hear as well as Amazon Echo, and this makes it difficult some things. An example of this is that if you are too far away, Google Home can't hear you. Second disadvantage is that Google Home app is not as easy to use. So if you want to change Wi-Fi or something, it is not as easy as you might think. And third and last disadvantage is that it costs more than Amazon Echo. So this is something to consider because Amazon is always trying to make Amazon Echo better. So in conclusion, I am a Google Home user, and from my experience, it is a lot cleaner, better, good looking, and simply more attractive in its aesthetics. So if you want to have a good personal assistant, this is going to fit, and it's going to fit wherever you put it in your house. Simply go for Google Home. Or if you want something that has better technology, I will recommend going for Amazon Echo. But to finish my speech off, I'm going to say this Steve Jobs quote: Technology is nothing. What's important is that you have faith in people. That if they are basically good and smart, and if you give them tools, they'll do wonderful things with them. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.
Our next speaker is César de Jesús Espronceda Cáceres.
Successful people, what made them succeed? What can I learn from them? The world is full of average people, unless it exists intelligent and creative people. That is the last quote of John F. Kennedy 12 days before he was killed. The whole conference room was confused by this quote. Then he explained it. He said, "When I was an actor, I was beginning for a paper, and then, while I was having lunch, I saw an opportunity to become a politician, and the only thing that made me a good politician was my creativity. So, if it wasn't for that, I would be an average person, but everyone has something different, and as a result of my risk and my creativity, I'm president. So, in other words, if you're average, you're wrong. There is no such thing as being average. You don't have to stop thinking you're special in your own way. You don't need a college degree to be successful." Mark Zuckerberg, the owner and founder of Facebook, he was accepted to Harvard. In a normal day and a normal afternoon, wanted to do something fun. He created a website of the most pretty girls in college, but when the school found out, they expelled him. And after that, he created a new website where people could share photos and what we're doing or up to. At first, it was just known as the new social website. But then, when he invested more than $50,000, that was another key point. Because after that investment, more than 85,000 new users were signing in Facebook in less than 1 month. Now, he is a man that travels 24/7 around the world. Another and last example is my father. He was born in 1970 in Monterrey, but at a very young age, he and his 3 brothers moved to a small town called Ciudad Mante. After 19 years of being in Mante, my dad lost his father in a bus accident on 27th of October. After the death of his father and my grandfather, he went to college in Monterrey. After college, he started a small shop of food in Ciudad Mante. Then he got married. Then he started a new business in San Antonio, Texas. After 2 years and a half, he got back with his family, that included me, in Monterrey, where he expanded his business. So, what did I learn from these people? I learned that you don't have to be famous to be successful. I learned that you don't have to stop doing something just because you think you're not capable of it. You have to try it no matter what. And the honorable mentions are, oh my god, sorry, where Jeff Bezos, and Bill Gates. Bill Gates is a founder and owner of Microsoft. And Bill Gates is right now the richest person in the world. That is the owner of Amazon. And quick thing is that he actually went broke 10 years ago because he started Amazon, but the internet wasn't really working like it's now, so he didn't make a lot of profits. So those are the 2 honorable mentions, and this is my speech, and thank you.
Now, Rolando Espronceda Reina will give his presentation.
Hello, my name is Rolando Espronceda, and I'm going to explain Advantage and disadvantage of non-human intelligence. According to the students of Oxford, human intelligence is the intellectual capacity of humans. It means that when you think for every reason, you are provide the human intelligence. For example, when you do your homework or you are trying to pass a game or exam on things like that, you are using your mind. You are using human intelligence. In the theory and development of computer system is able to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. Robots like Alexa that can speak with you and do a lot of things alone are robots. In other words, other things that think alone are robots. It also is not very good because you don't think. The computer gives you all the information. For example, when you copy paste, you only put the information that the computers give you, and you don't do nothing. How does artificial brain work? Like neurons, these units are connected to each other, providing a way for information to move between layers. And like neurons, the strength of connection between artificial deep network units can change. The more a group of connected neurons is used, the stronger that path becomes. It's why when you search the things the computer, you get all the information of any subject. That is why today it's so easy to do a research. How does a human brain work? Everything that you know is a neuron. Imagine how many things you know. This means that you have billions and billions and billions of neurons. You need your brain for all. You need your brain to move, to breathe, to survive, to walk, to speak. You need your brain for all the things that you do. Advantages. This intelligence have the advantages that you can do a lot of things more quickly. For example, when you know about a topic, you only need to write the subject and read the information. Then you only paraphrase. How is used? Artificial intelligence generally it falls under two broad categories. Narrow EA, sometimes referred to weak EA. This kind of artificial intelligence operates with a limited context and needs a simulation of human intelligence. Narrow EA is often focused on performing a single task, extremely while these machines might seem intelligent. They are operating under far more constants and emulation than even most basic human intelligence. Artificial general intelligence, sometimes referred as strong AI, is the kind of artificial we see in the movies. Okay, this is all. Thank you for your attention, and this is my speech.
Our next speaker is Juan Pablo Fernandez Chao.
Everything we love about humanity is a product of intelligence. So, amplifying our human intelligence with artificial intelligence will make humanity flourish like never before, as long as we keep that technology beneficial. Have you ever wondered what are the benefits and disadvantages of artificial intelligence? Or what exactly is artificial intelligence? Well, today I'm going to answer these questions along with a conclusion at the end. So, first of all, what exactly is artificial intelligence? Well, artificial intelligence, or AI for short, is a system that simulates human processes so that it can be able to learn, reason, and also do self-correction. Some examples of artificial intelligence that you may know may be Alexa, Siri on your phone, or Google Home. Now that I've told you some examples, let's move on to the advantages of artificial intelligence. The main advantage of artificial intelligence is that it automates processes so that it doesn't have to take breaks and also doesn't need human interference. And as long as this is happening, humans can focus on more creative functions. Another advantage that we can find in artificial intelligence is that it can take on missions that are way too dangerous for humans to take on, such as exploring space without needing to bring many water supplies and food supplies, or being able to remove pieces of debris in a nuclear plant. Another advantage of artificial intelligence is that it can reduce human errors that are caused by our limitations, such as being able to detect defects on a box that's about to be shipped. And the last advantage I'm going to talk about
is the fact that it increases productivity and also the quality of work from humans. Machines can do long tasks for longer and repetitively, and as long as this is happening, humans can improve the quality of their work since, as previously said, machines are taking on the harder tasks. Now, let's move on to the disadvantages of artificial intelligence. The biggest disadvantage of AI is that it has a high cost, which it means that not many people or even companies can afford to buy them and maintain them. And this leads to another one of the biggest disadvantages, which is that only a select few of professionals can install and maintain them. And this makes the process of getting one and also maintaining them pretty tedious. And another disadvantage of AI that we can find is that it can take our jobs away from humans, which will cause many people to lose their jobs and probably cause the amount of unemployment to skyrocket, and it could probably lead to another depression around the world. And another disadvantage is that it also makes people lazier. So while artificial intelligence may be getting smarter and smarter and smarter each day, learning to do more tasks, etc., people will be doing less and less tasks and stop practicing some of their skills, which will cause them to lose some of them. As a conclusion, we can get that, like many things, artificial intelligence has its good parts and its really bad parts. But with artificial intelligence, we can actually work to remove these flaws, and if we do, we could probably reach a period of peace. The coming era of artificial intelligence will not be the era of war, but rather the era of compassion, love, and peace. And be great. Thank you for listening.
Let us welcome Gerardo Gael Garcia Ruiz with a very interesting topic.
Hi, my name is Gerardo Gael Garcia Ruiz, and I am going to present you my public speaking. My public speaking topic is non-human intelligence. And what you're saying, what is that? And that is like robots, like Siri, Alexa, or a robot in a fabric that do things, or a robot that command or you can have in remote control. Alexa and Siri are like robots that you ask something and he answers back like in a second. Like if you want to know what is the weather today, he answers back with the right answer. And you can also ask any kind of question that he can respond. And Siri is totally the same, but it's in iPhones, like Apple things. And Alexa are in TVs, horns, Android movie, an Android cell phone. And Alexa was created in 2014 by Android, and Siri was created by Apple in 2011. And now I am going to tell you that another kind of robots that are the ones like that are in the fabric, that fabric things more fast, and not all people can buy one of the things. And now I'm going to tell you disadvantages and advantages of these kind of things, non-human intelligence. And one advantage is that you can search things more easy, like you have only to ask. And another big advantage is that like fabrics or companies can do things more faster, and they can produce more things. Two disadvantages are that we're becoming too lazy people. Like now, you only have to ask something and a thing will answer you back. And another disadvantage is that a lot of people are unemployed because of these things in the fabrics. That the robots take her place, and is very bad for people. In conclusion, I think that non-human intelligence are very good because like fabrics can do things more easy, you can know things more easy, and I think it's a very advantage to the community. and is very, very good. And thank you, and this is my public speaking.
Our next speaker is Alejandro Jaimes Larragoiti.
If I want to succeed in life, what do I have to do? It is not enough to have lived. We should be determined to live for something. Winston Churchill. Hello, my name is Alejandro Jaimes, and in this speech I'm going to talk you about how to succeed in life. First of all, you need to find one of the hardest things in life. Find your purpose. Have you ever asked, why did you come to this world? Why did you exist? We came to this world to build a better one. You can ask yourself, how can you build a better world? And that is what I'm going to talk you about today. I want to present you some ideas in order to help to find your purpose and succeed in life. First, never give up. Before all the obstacles and difficulties that arise in life, always get ahead, motivate yourself, build good habits that Charles Duhigg explains in his book, The Power of Habits. The psychologist Carol Dweck says that there are two basic mindsets that influence how people think about them and their abilities, their mindset and the growth of the person. She explains that the people with a growth mindset believe that they have control of their life. Expert says that you believe in yourself so that you have all the confidence of yourself. However, you need to set all of your goals and you have to know that you are going to meet them. Also, as a teenager, when you are going to school, you have to put in a lot of effort so that when you leave the career, you have high intelligence level and the right skills. Not only the basics, but you have to develop the socio-emotional skills that the new economy in the world needs. Meaning the skills like critical thinking, decision making, fluency of ideas such as oral and written communications, digital technology skills, fluency skills, creativity, emotional intelligence, cognitive flexibility, and problem solving. In addition, decide exactly what you want and where you want to go in order to accomplish your purpose. Nevertheless, if you set all these goals, you will achieve them step by step. Also believe that your efforts matter as well. Rather than thinking that abilities are fixed or stuck, people who have growth mindset believe that effort and hard work can lead magnificently great work. On the other hand, when you're in school, get rid of distractions. This can be a point where you don't learn well in the school. To succeed in life, you always have to pay attention to the teachers. Always give the best of yourself. Focus on your own emotions. Pay attention to identifying what are you feeling and why are you feeling that. Listen to other people. On the other hand, you also have to ask your parents for advice on what they did as children to succeed in life. If you already know that you want to grow from a young age, you have to start watching videos. For example, if you want to be a mechanical engineer, you need to watch mechanical videos. Sometimes you will feel that you cannot progress. Still, that is very difficult. As well, developing mental toughness is a tip that experts give to succeed. Definiteness of purpose is the starting point of all achievement. W. Clement Stone. In conclusion, if I want to succeed in life, what do I have to do? First, find your purpose. Then, fight to reach it. Be persistent and find a passion that is related with your purpose, and it will seem that you will never work in life. I wish you can rapidly find your purpose in order to live for something. Thank you for your attention.
We now welcome Rafael Antonio Lozano Arriola.
The measurement of intelligence is the ability to change. Albert Einstein. Good morning, everybody. Today, I am going to talk about something that has improved human existence into what it is now. The reason for our mind to be different from the mind of other animals, from the mind of any other person. Human intelligence. Intelligence may be a little bit hard to understand for some, but in my opinion, it is easy to understand. And if you don't understand it yet, don't worry, because I will explain it. With this in mind, let's start. Human intelligence isn't just knowledge, it's the ability to get that knowledge. It's the ability to learn, to think, to move, to walk, to talk. It's the ability to do everything. There isn't only one type of intelligence, and the man proved that. Howard Gardner was born in 1943 in Scranton, Pennsylvania. He studied in Harvard University and graduated from there in 1971. In 1983, he developed his famous theory of multiple intelligences, in which he said that there are different types of intelligences that a human can have. There were 7, and he added 2 other intelligences about 10 years later. Eventually, his theory of multiple intelligences will make him known worldwide. Now, I'll talk about what Gardner developed and change the way science understands the human brain. The theory of multiple intelligences. As I have already said, that theory says that a human can have more than one type of intelligence. And as I have already said, he added 2 10 years later, existential and naturalist. Those intelligences are interpersonal, sensing other people's emotions; intrapersonal, understanding yourself; bodily kinesthetic, the ability to coordinate mind and body; existential, tackling existential questions; naturalist, reading nature; logical, mathematical. As it's obvious as the name says, is of thinking logically and understanding mathematics. And there are many other. In a final analysis, intelligence is knowledge. Intelligence is the ability to do everything: talk, move, think, learn, eat. And as I started, I want to end with another quote. The true sign of intelligence is in knowledge, but imagination. Thank you. Have a nice day.
To talk to us about advantages and disadvantages of artificial intelligence, we welcome Diego Maldonado Garzón.
Good morning, parents, teachers, and students. My name is Diego Maldonado, and today I'm going to be talking about advantages and disadvantages of artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligences are intelligences made from machines. For example, in your home you have your iPad, your Chromebook, everything. And well, I'm going to tell you about why it's good to use them and why it's bad. First, I'm going to start with why are the advantages of AI. First, they have helped humans do things that they thought were impossible a few years ago. For example, they send robots to Mars. They never thought that that was going to be possible in a few years. Second, they're really good in the medical industry. For example, in surgeries, making medications, and vaccines. And in a few years there will be almost no human doctors performing surgeries. Third, it helps store data. For example, they used to write everything, store it in a folder, but that folder could be misplaced. But today, they do it in a Chromebook and it stores automatically. Fourth, it, well, those were the advantages, and there's many more. But now I'm going to tell you about the disadvantages first. And AI is too expensive sometimes. The people that really need it, they cannot afford it. For example, sometimes a small business needs a computer, but they cannot afford it. Second, there is not enough qualified people to make and program artificial intelligence. For example, in Mexico, there are 6,000 AI experts. Third, it's too time consuming to make. For example, to program, they could take weeks, days, even months. And to build the AI, it could take months, even years. But fourth, humans don't use it at its full capacity. For example, they can use it for little tasks at home, like asking them the weather, but they can use them for many more things. And thank you for your attention and have a nice day.
Our next speaker is Mateo Medina Villarreal. Welcome, Mateo.
Hi, good morning. Today I'm going to talk about advantages and disadvantages of non-human intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence, it is a number of tasks that typically require to human intelligence. It refers to a simulation of human intelligence in machines that are programming in things like the humans. The ideal characteristics of the artificial intelligence is the ability to having the best action. It is used in the robotics or even in the weaponry, which can function with the human aid. How does artificial intelligence work? Artificial intelligence in this case work by commanding large amounts of data with the fast interactive processing and intelligence algorithms, allowing the software to learn automatically from patterns or features in the data. We know Alexa is a good example. Every day we know more and less. Albert Einstein. Alexa is a virtual assistant developed by Amazon. Used for the first time in the Amazon Echo Smart speakers. Alexa is currently available in English, Spanish, French, Japanese, and Italian. How does Alexa work? It works by saying the name on the speaker. For example, you say, Alexa, put me this, and he put to you. For this reason, Amazon calls the building brains in the device Alexa, and she's the thing that makes it work. Artificial intelligence makes computers more powerful and useful. They simplify everything for you, like facilitate the searchings of some things, relieves information overload, and these are some disadvantages to have this device. The high cost, they turn it on by themselves. These are my usual systems, like this, and like this. If you see it. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.
And now we welcome Santiago Morales Salinas.
Everything we love about civilization is a product of intelligence. So amplifying our human intelligence with artificial intelligence has a potential to help flourish the civilization as never before. As long as we manage to keep the intelligence beneficial. Today in the world we are surrounded by a lot of technology, phones, tablets, computers, at the point that we're creating robots to replace some people that can no longer do a job. And we have cars that have autopilot and they can go wherever you want. The advantages of having artificial intelligence is that you can do some activities easier than they were and faster. An example of it are the computer voices of the cell phone, such as Siri and Google. You can ask it to open an application, just say, hey Siri, can you open this? Or, okay Google, can you open that? They can help you in almost everything on your cell phone. You can ask Siri, hey Siri, can you play this song? And he will do it. Another super advanced technology is that electric cars. In this case, we're going to talk about Tesla, which was created by Elon Musk. He had been creating these cars with a lot of intelligence, with a high-speed motor, and the option of autopilot. Obviously, when you put the autopilot, you need to put your hands on the steering wheel. They have the ability to go wherever you are. Like if you're in a mall and you don't find your car, you can give it a signal and he will go for you. If we go further, we can talk about the medic robots of the today. The world we're having like surgeries with robots, and we have prosthetic arms and legs. In the robots, you can put like on the circle, the users choose the option that they want, like if they want to run, they want to swim, and the prosthetic arm will change his mode. Sooner or later, the robots will be on the planet. And they have some advantages and disadvantages. They can rule us, they can replace us, unless there was a law that says like they can occupy only a 25% of the job. I like to create new things related to the new technology, to break out conventions, and they ask me, incredible, how do you do this? How do you do it? Thank you for your attention.
To present a very interesting topic, we now welcome Valentin Osejo Barron.
Hello, how are you? Well, I am fine. My name is Valentin Osejo Barron, and today I'm going to tell you my speech. In the school, all the teachers told me to success in life are stay in the school and concentrate in your studies. And well, the teachers are right, so how I'm going to tell you today? Well, I am going to tell you about how I'm going to success in life and how I'm going to do them. To success life, the studies is always the phase. The first one, you are going to stay in the school for Monday to Friday every month until in the summer when you learn. The school and the studies is the most chance you have to success in the life. When you stay in the high school, the high school help you to get ready for the university. Whenever in the high school you already know the study that you have to go to the university, the study. Well, now I am going to tell you about some skills to help you more simple to understand the success. The first one is know yourself. This is important because in this one, knowing the importance of believing in yourself and knowing your disadvantage and then an advantage. The second one is set goals. In this one is where you go and make your roadmap. The third one is constant learning. In this one is stay informed and learning about everything that happens in which you are interested in working, unless if you are lazy. Well, other person are lazy or not. The fourth one is persistence. And this one is a state of the acquaintance and to not get up on problems. The fifth one is emotional intelligence. In this one is so important because in this one knowing the importance of working with another person, in a team, in your community. This is so important. The last one is action and organization. This one is keeping up, keep going, persistence and organization your time. Well, this is so important because the goal getting closer and closer. Well, this is important. Well, this is important to realize this skill because it's so important and it's so easy to get ready for the success in life. This help I read these skills and help me in this one or help me to success in life. Well, only not success in life, but in the future I am get ready for the success. And well, this is all my speech. First, thanks for your attention. I appreciate and having a good day for this. Thanks.
I now introduce Juan Pablo Peña Muñoz.
The coming era of artificial intelligence will not be the era of God, but the era of deep compassion, non-violence, and love. Let me try. My name is Juan Pablo Peña Muñoz, and I'm going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages from the AI. But first, we need to know what is an AI. An AI is a robot such as an Alexa and Siri and all like that. Now I would start saying some advantages from the AI. The first advantage is that the lower rate of mistake that they have, but there is the possibility of making a mistake and not like us humans that we make mistakes every day. Another advantage is the possibility of exploring the space if they have the good coding and materials to go to the space and be prepared for the mission and all like that. Another advantage is that they can be used as an assistant for the people that have a disability such as paralytics, they can see or not like that. Another advantage is that they doesn't get tired like us humans unless they act like us, but which people would make an AI to be like us and get tired. Another advantage, and the final but not less important, is the medical application. This is one of the best things that the AI can do for us humans. This can help with operations to the doctors. Now we're going to start talking about the disadvantages of the AI. The first disadvantage is the very high price because it is a very complex machine and needs his time to be built. Another disadvantage is that they doesn't have creativity as us humans and they can't create so many things like us. And this one is the most riskiest that the AI can do to us, that is the unemployment, and this will cause the poverty to all the world due to the AI can do the things perfect, and the people that were doing that job before, the AI will replace him and that person get without job and and they became poor. But on this case, we can do more jobs that requires creativity, and the AI he can do it. So that all the disadvantages from the AI and the advantages that I could say to you. I'm now going to say a quote from Elon Musk. AI doesn't have to be able to destroy humanity. If the AI has a goal, they will reach it. And if we get to come to the way, the AI will destroy humanity as a matter of course, without even thinking about no hard feelings. Elon Musk. And now my conclusion is, with this in mind, I would conclude that the AI is not a bad idea and not a good idea to use for the humanity, because they can help us, but we need to control the artificial intelligence to not destroy us. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.
Now, Samuel Price Baltazar will present a very interesting topic.
To begin with, the brain is the most complex organ in the human body. It fabricates every thought, action, memory, and feeling in this planet. This jelly-like mass of matter weighs around or about 1.4 kilograms, and it contains an astonishing amount of 1 million to 1 billion nerve cells. As association of this, the nerve cells here are mind-blowing. Each neuron can contact 1,000, and even can get to 10 of thousands other tiny via structures, synapses. It does form about 1 million to 1 billion connections each day, and there's no other brain like yours. It is where the connections are and where the memories are stored and habits of learning. Biology gives you a brain, life turns it into a mind. Jeffrey Eugene, as briefly explained, the brain is composed of the cerebellum, and the brainstem, cerebrum. Also, overall, the cerebrum is the largest part of the brain, and it is composed of the left and right bisections. It executes higher tasks like emotion, touch, learning, hearing, and vision. Now in the cerebellum is detected under the cerebrum, the cerebrum. And its tasks are to keep balance and posture and to harmonize muscle movements. The brainstem. Finally, the brainstem. The brainstem is the main part of control. The brainstem is the main part as the relay system and holds the cerebrum and the cerebellum. Its tasks are mostly automatic, like heart rate, body temperature, sleep cycles, vomiting, coughing, and swallowing. And it doesn't just stop there. There's also the left and the right part of the brain. As astounding as it may seem for me, maybe not for you, the left part of the brain goes to the right part of the body, and the right part of the brain goes to the left part of the body. And it doesn't just stop there again. There's also lobes of the brain, and like memory, deep structures, and lobes. To sum up. Well, to clarify this knowledge, I've learned that even though this jelly-like mass of 1.4 kilograms doesn't seem like it does much, it does about everything. And without it, we will pretty much be dead, because it does mostly everything. It does everything, and even though we have lungs and etc., like the brain connects to the lungs so we could breathe,
and also as heart rate in each area. Whatever, the brainstem that mostly deals with automatic functions and acts as the relay system, all the way to the frontal lobe. That's all the brain does. And to this information, I took this information from a website, but I did not copy paste it or anything. But there's also more knowledge to be concluded, like the gray matter and etc. As in conclusion, though, the brain is the most important organ in the body. And thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.
Let us welcome Tomás Manuel Reyes Tinza.
If you are not failing, you are not innovating. Elon Musk. Good morning. Today I will talk about my public speaking, and it's about successful people in present days. All people are intelligent, but the problem is that some people don't want to be intelligent, because intelligence is not about grades in school and all that stuff. Intelligence is the capacity to overcome things and how many effort you put in all the things you do. Successful people need a lot of things, but the main ones are visualize the future. Always visualize since you are a kid. Always visualize your future, how you will be in the future. If you want to be a successful people, visualize you like a successful people. Then trust in yourself. Always trust in yourself. Never but never doubt on your decisions. It will help you a lot. And finally, be with the people that love you. Always be with good people that can make you the best person of you. And a good example of a successful people is Elon Musk, who is a South African entrepreneur. She's now in the 50% richest all around the world. When he was born, his parents got divorced. But since he was a kid, he started to develop interest in computers and all that things. He always visualized his future. And when he was 12 years old, he saw his first software, and it was a game. When he was 15, he was bullied, and for the purpose of not being bullied, he started to learn karate and wrestling. When he was 17, he attends to the Queen's University in Canada. When he was 20, he created PayPal. Then he sold it, and since that, he was a millionaire. In 2002, he found SpaceX, and in 2003, he found Tesla Motor, which later will be the #1 brand car. You see, he never gave up. He always trusted in himself and never doubted of his decisions. Now, we will see the first person research all around the world, and it's called Jeff Bezos. Jeffrey Preston Jorgensen was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico. When he was born, his mother was 17 years old. He was in high school, and his father was a bike shop owner. Since he was a kid, he visualized his future. He always wanted to be successful people because he visualized his future. And he always had interest in science and computers. When in 1994, he found Amazon, that at first it was only an online bookstore. But as long as the year passed, Amazon started growing and growing and growing. And now it's the #1 online shop store. Online shop. And he always trusted himself. He never doubted his decisions. Like, you see, these people always visualize the future, and they always want to be a successful people. After all of his efforts, Jeff Bezos is now the first person richest all around the world. I have another key point. That is, it's perseverance. Like that, it's perseverance. Never give up. Never give up. If you give up, you will don't get anything. You never have to give up. You always have to fight and fight and fight against all the adversities. And lastly, but not less important, fail. If you are not failing, you are not making nothing. You are not learning. So this is all. The future depends on what we do in the present. Mahatma Gandhi. Thanks for watching.
Our next speaker is Alejandro Samusi.
Sometimes you need to take big risks. Bill Gates. Hello parents, friends and teachers, my name is Alejandro Samusi and today I'm going to talk about Bill Gates. William Henry Gates III, better known as Bill Gates, is an entrepreneur and the co-founder of the Microsoft company, together with Paul Allen. He is also known for being one of the richest men in the world, reaching $100 billion. But before being this, he was a normal person, economically speaking, since he was a genius. Today, I'm not talking about his biography life. I'm talking about his philanthropy life. Bill Gates, with his partner, Paul Allen, founded Microsoft in 1975. At first, they weren't very successful, and that was because you didn't need to pay for it. His friends agreed with that, but he wasn't happy with it. A year later, he sent a letter to all hobbyists, saying that by using the app and not paying it prevented good software from being written. This letter wasn't very popular with computer enthusiasts, but he knew what he needed to do. In 1977, as a result of Gates' letter, Gates and Allen were the only ones left at the company. Gates moved to the east of Seattle with all the company's operation. They were alone and they didn't give up, even though they didn't have as much help as they had before. Here, there is something important to realize. If Gates wouldn't have sent the letter, he would not become what he is today. After a few months of Shakti started, Microsoft was grossing approximately $2.5 million. Due to Gates' work at the company, he was put at the head of it. He was the leader. With the improvements he had made on the software development and the keen business since he led the company, it must be remembered that everything thanks to his effort and his success and dedication to the organization. And Gates once said, patience is the key to element of success. In order for me to try to make my life as successful as I can, I need to be able to dedicate myself as much time as needed to my job or school as able. Gates' life was and is very successful right now, and I want mine to be as similar to his life as possible. Thinking about his economic or job part of life, even though he was a genius and I'm not, and maybe I will not have the same circumstances in life or in job that he had in his life. Maybe I will have better or worse. As I said, I want to have a successful life. And to do that, I need to put effort in everything and be constant. Gates' life has many things we could do and add to our lives. And I think they are very important, and I want to succeed in life. Put effort in everything you do, like in school, relationships, etc. You also need to be responsible, and if you commit to do something, you do exactly as you say. This last thing that I want to say to you is that we need to have ethics and values with all people, including every type of people, and that includes at job, at life, at work, with friends. Also, if you want to be treated good, treat people good. And do everything as better as you can do it. As Gates once said, it is very important for me. Life is not fair. Get used to it.
Our next speaker is Sergio Serrano Muñoz.
If you can dream it, you can do it. Walt Disney. If you want to succeed in life, you have to do many things, but one main and very important one is to make an effort and believe in yourself. Because believing in yourself is the most important thing that you can do. To give yourself the most fulfill your dreams, not all people are successful in the life because they do not believe in themselves or because they do not make an effort. You will need a lot of help from the other people who are willing to help you. Everything you dream it, you can do it. If you want to be an athlete, what you have to do is to train a lot, because you are only improve if you train all the days. Because while you are sleeping, there will be other people who are training to be better at the same thing than you. As a result of that, you will become a very good athlete. Then your friends can help you to be the best, but everything is based on what you want to do when you grow up. If you want to have a family, what you have to do is to be very disciplined because forming a family is a step very important in the life. Significantly, that discipline is essential to succeed in life. The focus on commitment, not motivation, to make the journey fun. And one very important is don't rely on others. Stop being nice to yourself. These are the most important things written by experts. Now or never. To begin with, a lot of force is essential. Anything you want to be when you grow up, you have to start reviewing it, because if you review all, you are better in the thing that you are reviewing. It practice it now because time passes very quickly and you have to make the most of it. Because if you don't take advantage of it, you will be sorry for a long time of your life. To succeed, you will have to do many things. It is not easy to succeed in life. Many times will you feel that it's impossible or that you never become what you want to be, but when that occurs, there is an important step, because you have to learn that you never can give up. The secret of success in life is for a man to be ready for his opportunity when it comes. Benjamin Disraeli. The happy face is because when you are succeeding in life, you are very happy. This is a boy that is very good, very happy, because they do all that they propose. Thank you.
Our last speaker of the day is Alan Vélez Rodriguez. Welcome, Alan.
When we talk about non-humanitarians, what do you get in mind? Most of the people will say Alexa from Amazon, Google from Google, Siri from Apple, or even robots. My name is Alan Vélez Rodriguez, and today I will talk about the advantages and disadvantages of non-human intelligence. First, non-human intelligence or artificial intelligence is the creation of computer systems able to perform tasks that need human intelligence. For example, doing our work. In other words, Alexa, Google, Siri, and robots. I will start with advantages. The first advantage is that they do risk instead of us. This is one of the biggest advantages, because we can overcome risks that may hurt us. So robots can get that risk instead of us. The second advantage is that they are available 24/7. Approximately, humans work 4 to 6 hours, excluding the breaks. But robots can work 24/7 without any break. The third advantage is the digital assistance. If we are looking for something in the internet, we get that answer with a lot of answers. With this in mind, we can say artificial intelligence helps us in our daily life. But as long as they have advantages, they also have disadvantages. The first disadvantage is the high cost of creation. Currently, technology is very expensive. For this reason, people cannot have a robot or some Alexa, etc. on their houses. The second disadvantage is that they make humans lazy. This is a big problem because by letting them doing our work is the boss. The third disadvantage is their unemployment. In the future, robots can do our work better than us, so they can do it without any of our interference. As more and more artificial intelligence is coming to the world, more and more emotional intelligence must enter to leadership, said by Ray Emmett, an artificial intelligence scientist. This means that it's our work to make artificial intelligence by having them emotions. He also mentions that the coming era of artificial intelligence will be an era of non-violence, even an era of love. And in the movies, we can say that robots are bad, but it's our work to make it good by letting them talk with us, play, and other activities with us. In conclusion, artificial intelligence helps us in our daily life by making our work, helping us on digital assistance, etc. But we need to take in fact some factors that make them bad, like they make us lazy, like a cost of creation, etc. Thank you for your attention and have a good day.
Good afternoon. Someone once said, a good speech is like a pencil. It has to have a point. I believe the speeches we have listened today had a sharp point, a good message, but mostly growth from each of you. Thank you for the time spent in researching, writing, editing, memorizing, as well as the intention and the courage to deliver the speech in front of a camera. Some of you decided to attend school. Some others email it in one way or another. This means everything is possible, no matter the circumstances or where we are. Everything is possible if we all believe so. As I believe, next year, your performance is going to be even better, because improving and challenging oneself is part of life and growth. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you all for your presentations. Dear parents, thank you for helping in making this activity happen. This year, we changed the format of the presentations to make sure that besides developing the communication competency, your son or daughter can manage visual aids to get his or her point across. Thank you, Ms. Anabel, for promoting this activity, for your organization and hard work. Dear students, this activity has been a life experience and exercise at communicating with others through a screen, about reaching a goal and committing yourself to a task. We know it took hard work and courage. Always remember that every public speaking opportunity is an opportunity to grow your leadership, your influence, and your personal development. Congratulations on the work reflected today. Thank you, and remember to be brave and have faith. Go Jags!